We've been following an outrage in Michigan where parents of disabled children are being forced to join a caretakers union and pay monthly fees, all because they're caring for their own kids. The kicker, they don't even get union benefits. Joining me now, Townhall.com political editor Guy Benson, who's been investigating more details. Guy, just take us through this again. Our audience needs to understand this. If you have a disabled child, you take care of the child at home, you're paid through Medicare, but now the union gets a piece of that before your check even arrives in the mail. Is that right?
Right. Actually, the way that the law was designed, this started in 2006 under former Governor Jennifer Granholm, a Democrat who's now out of office. The way that this works, actually, is that these parents who are simply providing care to their own children, they become de facto government employees, and therefore the SEIU can come in, swoop in, and take about $30 out of every single Medicaid payment.
I got to ask you this. What does being a government employee have to do with the SEIU? Why in the world? Why do they have access to all? They have access to all government employees?
Well, it's a front organization that they set up called the Michigan Quality Community Care Council. That's Orwellian for you. That's the technical shell, the name for the technical shell organization. It's a governmental entity that the SEIU essentially is operating. So the money goes directly from taxpayers, Medicaid, into the pockets of the SEIU.
Right. The
so-called government employees here, the parents, they never even see it. It goes directly into the coffers of the union that was set up by the Democrats in Michigan.
Now, guys, this because it is Michigan? You can't work in the auto industry unless you're a United Auto Worker or one of the affiliated unions. Is that because it's Michigan? Would this happen in South Carolina?
Oh, I don't think it would happen in South Carolina, which, of course, is a right-to-work state, and it's being targeted by the Obama administration because of that. But, yeah, I think you're right, Eric. Here, it's Michigan. This is a very heavily unionized state where the unions exert especially vast control over politicians of both parties. It's actually very important to point out, even though this was a Granholm program, I think the Democrats certainly deserve most of the blame here, this operation continues today because there are at least two powerful Republican state senators who are refusing to really make sure that this has an end put to it. It was defunded. Here's the other thing, Eric. This is where it gets crazy. This was defunded. This whole scheme was defunded by the current Republican majority and the new Republican governor, Rick Snyder, in Michigan earlier this year, yet it continues to operate without funding. And the Mackinac Center, which is a free market think tank, they're demanding an investigation with the Attorney General's office saying, how is this even possible that they keep on going without the funding? And there are two Republicans standing in the way of making this right.
Because they're still getting the dues. All right, Guy Benson, thank you so much.